The engagement ring sits in its velvet box on our kitchen counter, right where Gus left it 14 days ago. Every morning I tell myself I'll put it away, stop torturing myself with the sight of it. Every night I pour another glass of wine and stare at the 2-carat diamond that used to mean forever. Now it's just an expensive reminder that I destroyed the best thing in my life for free drinks and attention from a bartender whose last name I never bothered to learn. My phone hasn't rung in 2 weeks. Not since Gus changed his number and blocked me on everything. Even his mother, who used to call me the daughter she never had, won't return my messages. The silence is deafening in this River Market apartment we picked out together, where we were supposed to start our married life in 3 months. My name is Sylvia, and I'm the woman who had everything and threw it away for nothing. 27 years old, engaged to the perfect man, planning a destination wedding in Turks and Caicos. Now I'm drinking Chardonnay at 10 in the morning and refreshing Gus's LinkedIn page because it's the only place he forgot to block me. His profile says he started a new job in Memphis senior analyst at FedEx headquarters. The job he turned down 6 months ago because he didn't want to put us through long distance. But I need to start at the beginning, back when I still believed I could have my cake and eat it, too. When I thought I was smarter than every woman who'd ever lost a good man to stupidity and ego when I was madly in love, but still craved the electric thrill of making strangers want me. Gus and I met 4 years ago at a mutual friend's crawfish boil in Hillcrest. I was fresh out of Arkansas State with a marketing degree and more confidence than sense. He was 25, working as a financial analyst at Stevens Inc., the kind of steady, successful guy my mother had been pushing me towards since high school. "You're going to marry that man," my best friend Jade whispered after watching us talk for 3 straight hours on our host's back deck. She was right. Gus was everything I thought I wanted. Handsome in that clean-cut Southern way, from a good family in Jonesboro. Ambitious but not obsessed with work. He laughed at my jokes, remembered details about my life, treated me like I was precious and brilliant instead of just pretty. We were exclusive within 2 months, said "I love you" at 6 months, moved in together after a year. By any measure, we were the couple everyone envied: weekend trips to Hot Springs and Eureka Springs, season tickets to Razorback games, Sunday dinners with his parents, who welcomed me like family from day one. The proposal came last Christmas, 2 days before my 27th birthday. We'd driven out to Petit Jean Mountain for a weekend getaway. He got down on one knee at Cedar Falls, the setting sun turning everything golden. The ring was perfect. Classic solitaire. Exactly what I'd pinned on my secret Pinterest board. I said yes before he even finished asking. "I want to give you everything," he said, sliding the ring onto my finger. "The whole life. House, kids, growing old together. All of it." "I want that too," I said, and in that moment I meant it. The wedding planning started immediately. My mother went into overdrive, booking venues and interviewing photographers. She'd dreamed about this day almost as much as I had. Gus's sister Kelly became my maid of honor. We picked March for the ceremony, far enough away to plan properly, but close enough to feel real. Everything was falling into place. So why wasn't I satisfied? The truth is, I'd always been addicted to male attention. Not in a pathological way, or so I told myself. I just liked knowing I could walk into a room and turn heads. Liked the power that came with being 27 and conventionally attractive in a world that worships youth and beauty. Gus knew this about me. We'd even joke about it sometimes. "They can look all they want," he'd say when guys stared at me in restaurants. "I'm the one taking you home." But somewhere between the engagement and the wedding planning, I started feeling trapped, not by Gus. He was the same loving, attentive partner he'd always been. Trapped by the idea of being off the market forever. Of never again experiencing that rush of a first flirtation, that dance of possibility with someone new. "It's normal," Jade assured me over brunch at the Root. "Every engaged woman goes through this. It's like a last hurrah before you settle down." "But I don't want a last hurrah," I lied. "I love Gus." "Of course you do, but that doesn't mean you can't still have fun. "You're not married yet." The girls' nights started innocently enough. Just me, Jade, and a few others from college, hitting the Soma neighborhood bars every few weeks. Gus never minded. He'd use the time to play poker with his buddies or catch up on work. He trusted me completely. That trust should have been sacred. Instead, I saw it as opportunity. It started small. Letting guys buy us shots at Bar Louie. Dancing a little too close at Electric Cowboy. Nothing I couldn't rationalize away. I wasn't cheating. I was just having fun. Being young, living my life. But the night everything imploded was supposed to be Jade's birthday celebration. October 15th. I remember because it was also Gus's brother Kevin's birthday, and I'd begged off his family party to go out with the girls. "Go have fun," Gus said, kissing me goodbye. "Tell Jade happy birthday from me." "You're the best," I said, already mentally planning my outfit. We started at Local Lime for dinner and margaritas. By the time we finished eating, I was 3 drinks in and feeling that familiar buzz of possibility. The night was young. I looked hot in my little black dress, and my engagement ring was safely tucked in my purse. I'd started leaving it off during girls' nights, telling myself it was for safety. "Let's hit Fassler Hall," someone suggested. "I heard they have a new bartender who's absolutely gorgeous." The bartender was more than gorgeous. Nathan was 22, fresh out of Henderson State, working nights while studying for the LSAT. Tall and lean with this Mississippi accent that made everything sound like poetry. When he looked at me across the crowded bar, I felt that familiar spark of conquest. "What can I get you beautiful ladies?" he asked, but his eyes were on me. "Surprise us," I said, leaning forward just enough to give him a view. What followed was a masterclass in everything I shouldn't have been doing. I stationed myself at the bar, monopolizing Nathan's attention, laughing too loud at his jokes, touching his hand when he passed me drinks, making sure he noticed when I accidentally pulled my dress down to show more cleavage. "You're trouble," he said during a brief lull, that lazy smile making my stomach flip. "Only the good kind," I flirted back. My friends were enabling the whole thing, cheering every time Nathan comped another round. Jade was recording Instagram stories, careful to keep my face out of them, but capturing the energy of the night. We were having so much fun, living our best lives, being young and free. I was so drunk on attention and actual alcohol that I never noticed Kevin sitting in a corner booth with his girlfriend. Gus's younger brother, watching his future sister-in-law make a fool of herself. Watching me exchange numbers with the bartender. Watching me pull Nathan into a hug that lasted way too long, my hand sliding down his back, his lips grazing my ear as he whispered something about meeting up after his shift. "I should go," I finally announced around midnight, some tiny shred of sense breaking through. "Already?" Nathan pouted. "Night's just getting started." "Maybe next time," I said, knowing there shouldn't be a next time but already planning it in my head. I took an Uber home to our apartment, still drunk and high on the evening's attention. He was already in bed, but woke up when I climbed in beside him, reeking of tequila and another man's cologne. "Have fun?" he asked sleepily, pulling me close. "Just the usual," I lied, already crafting the narrative I'd tell if he ever found out. Just harmless flirting, just being friendly, just getting free drinks for the girls. The next morning, I woke up to 57 Facebook notifications. Nathan had found me, sent a friend request, and a message. "Last night was fun. When can I see you again?" I should have ignored it, should have blocked him immediately. Instead, I accepted the request and wrote back, "We'll see." Gus was in the kitchen making breakfast, humming some country song, completely oblivious to my betrayal. When his phone buzzed, I didn't think anything of it. Not until his humming stopped and the apartment went silent except for the sizzling of abandoned bacon. "Sylvia." His voice was different, flat, cold. "We need to talk." Kevin had texted him everything, not just the facts, but pictures. Me draped over the bar, me with my dress pulled down, me in Nathan's arms, the damning evidence of exactly what kind of woman I was. "I can explain," I started, but Gus held up his hand. My brother saw you last night. My brother whose birthday party you skipped to do this. He turned his phone toward me. The picture was worse than I remembered. I looked like exactly what I was, a drunk woman throwing herself at a younger man while her fiancé sat home trusting her. It's not what it looks like, I tried, the classic cheater's defense. Then what is it? Because from where I'm standing, it looks like my fiancé was acting single at a bar, pulling her dress down for some bartender, giving him her number. I was just being friendly. The girls wanted free drinks and— Stop! He set his phone down carefully, like it might explode. Just stop! You exchanged numbers with him. You're Facebook friends. What exactly was the plan here, Sylvia? There was no plan. It was innocent flirting. I was drunk. It didn't mean anything. Innocent flirting? He laughed, but there was no humor in it. You know what? Maybe Kevin's wrong. Maybe you didn't do everything he says, but the fact that you think any of this is innocent tells me everything I need to know. Gus, please, let's talk about this rationally. You're overreacting. Am I? Would you be okay if I went out and did this with some female bartender? If I was pulling my shirt up to show her my abs? If Kelly saw me and told you about it? The double standard hit me like cold water. Of course I wouldn't be okay with it. I'd be furious, devastated, ready to key his car and burn his clothes. But that was different, wasn't it? I love you, I said desperately. This was just a stupid mistake. It won't happen again. Which part was the mistake? The flirting, the number exchange, or just getting caught? I couldn't answer because the truth was ugly. The only thing I regretted was Kevin being there. If he hadn't seen me, I'd probably be texting Nathan right now, setting up coffee that would lead to lunch that would lead to an affair I'd rationalize every step of the way. I need you to leave, Gus said quietly. I need to think. This is my apartment too, I protested. Then I'll leave. He grabbed his keys and wallet. I'll be at my parents' house. Please don't contact me until I reach out. Gus, wait. Can we please just— But he was already gone. The bacon burned black in the pan. I stood in our kitchen, still in last night's dress, makeup smeared, the taste of failure acidic in my mouth. I spent the next 3 days in full damage control mode, blocked Nathan on everything, crafted long texts explaining my side of the story called Gus 40 times, each call going straight to voicemail. Even drove to his parents' house in Jonesboro, only to have his mother meet me at the door with eyes full of disappointment. He doesn't want to see you, she said simply. And frankly, neither do I. Mrs. Patterson, please, if you just let me explain. Kevin already explained. He showed us the pictures. She shook her head. We welcomed you into our family, Sylvia. Treated you like a daughter, and this is how you repay that trust? It wasn't what it looked like. It looked like an engaged woman disrespecting her relationship for attention from a stranger. What else could it be? I had no answer that wouldn't sound like exactly what it was. Excuses and justifications for inexcusable behavior. On day 4, Gus finally called. My heart leaped seeing his name on my screen. Can we meet? He asked without preamble. We need to talk about the wedding. Yes, of course. When? Where? Tomorrow. The apartment. Noon. I spent the next 24 hours planning my defense. I'd grovel, promise couples counseling, promise to never go out without him again, promise to be the woman he deserved, whatever it took to fix this. But when he showed up, I knew it was over. He had that look men get when they've already emotionally checked out. Calm, resolved, done. I've thought about this a lot, he began, sitting carefully on the edge of the couch like he might need to bolt. And I keep coming back to the same question. Who are you? I'm the woman who loves you, I said immediately. No. The woman who loves me wouldn't have done what you did, wouldn't have even wanted to do it. Everyone flirts, Gus. It's human nature. Not everyone in committed relationships. Not people who are engaged. Not people who actually respect their partners. So one mistake and we're done? 4 years together and you're throwing it away over one drunken night? He looked at me with something worse than anger. Pity. It's not one night, Sylvia. It's who you are. The fact that you see nothing wrong with what you did, the fact that your first instinct is to minimize and deflect rather than take responsibility. I am taking responsibility. I said I was sorry. No, you said you were sorry Kevin saw you. There's a difference. The truth of that statement hit like a physical blow. He was right. Every apology I'd crafted was really just regret at getting caught. I can change, I whispered. Maybe, but not for me. And not because I'm forcing you to. He pulled the ring box from his pocket, set it on the coffee table between us. The wedding's off. I already called the venue and the vendors. I'll take the financial hit. Gus, please. I'm taking the job in Memphis. Already accepted it this morning. Movers come Friday for my stuff. You're leaving? Panic clawed at my throat. You're just running away? I'm starting over. There's a difference. He stood up, and I realized this was goodbye. I hope you figure out what you really want, Sylvia, because it clearly wasn't me. It was you. It is you. I just got confused and... You pulled your dress down to show another man your breasts. While you're engaged to me, that's not confusion, that's disrespect. He left without looking back. No slammed door, no final declaration, just silence. And 4 years of memories walking out the door. The aftermath was swift and brutal. News travels fast in Little Rock's social circles. By the weekend, everyone knew. The wedding was off, Gus had left town. Sylvia had cheated. The details got more salacious with each telling. Some versions had me sleeping with the bartender in the bathroom. Others had me doing body shots while Kevin filmed the whole thing. My phone became a battlefield of judgment. His friends calling me names, mutual friends choosing sides. Even my own mother was disgusted. I raised you better than this, she said when I showed up at her house in tears. That boy was going to give you everything. A good life, a good name, beautiful children, and you threw it away for what? Attention from some bartender? You don't understand. I understand perfectly. You're 27 years old acting like you're 21. When are you going to grow up? Jade tried to defend me at first. Everyone makes mistakes, she'd say when our friends gossiped. Gus is totally overreacting. But even she got quiet when the full story came out. When Kevin posted on Facebook about respect and loyalty and knowing your worth. When Gus's sister Kelly returned her maid of honor dress with a note that just said, "Good luck." I tried reaching out to Nathan once in a moment of desperate loneliness. Maybe if he was worth losing everything for, it would make sense. But his response was a bucket of ice water. Hey, I'm actually seeing someone now. That night was fun, though. Fun? I'd destroyed my life for one night of fun with someone who forgot about me the moment I walked out of the bar. The real salt in the wound came today, exactly 2 weeks after he left. Gus's LinkedIn update. Senior financial analyst at FedEx Corporation, Memphis, Tennessee. He'd really done it. Packed up his life and left the state entirely rather than risk running into me. His profile picture had changed too. Gone was the couple's photo from our trip to Napa. Now it was just him, professional headshot, looking toward a future that didn't include me. I scrolled through his connections obsessively. Was there a new woman yet? Would she appreciate him the way I should have? Would she be satisfied with steady love instead of craving the cheap thrill of strangers' attention? Our apartment feels haunted now. His ghost in every room. The bathroom still smells like his cologne. The closet has empty hangers where his suits used to hang. The kitchen table where he'd study for his CFA exams, where we'd planned our wedding, where he'd proposed we start trying for kids after the honeymoon. All those conversations about our future, the house we'd buy in Chenal Valley, the kids we'd raise, growing old together, Sunday dinners with his parents until we became the parents hosting Sunday dinners, a whole life mapped out and thrown away because I couldn't keep my dress on and my ego in check. His friends see me around town sometimes, at Kroger buying wine, at the gym trying to sweat out my regret. They look through me like I'm invisible, like I'm already forgotten. Just another cautionary tale about a woman who had it all and wanted more. You'll find someone else. Jade says when she occasionally checks on me. But her voice lacks conviction. We both know Gus was my shot at the life everyone wants: the good man, the stable future, the love that lasts. Now I'm 27 and single in a city where everyone knows my story. The girl who cheated on Gus Patterson. The idiot who lost a doctor's son for a bartender's phone number. The cautionary tale mothers tell their daughters about knowing your worth and holding on to it. Nathan probably doesn't even remember my name. Just another drunk girl at the bar throwing herself at him because he was young and cute and there. Meanwhile, Gus is building his new life in Memphis. Probably already dating someone age-appropriate who doesn't need to flirt with strangers to feel alive. I still have his mother on Facebook, though I know I should unfriend her. Sometimes she posts pictures from family dinners. "Miss our Memphis boy," she'll caption, and I'll zoom in on the background, looking for evidence of a new girlfriend. So far, nothing. But it's only a matter of time. Good men don't stay single long, especially not men like Gus who know how to love properly, who want to build something real. Some Memphis girl is going to hit the jackpot and never even know how lucky she is. She'll get the Sunday morning pancakes and the surprise flowers and the steady, unwavering devotion of a man who keeps his promises. All because I couldn't. The engagement ring still sits in its box. I should sell it, use the money to pay off the credit cards I maxed out on wedding expenses. But I can't bring myself to let it go. It's the last piece of evidence that Gus loved me enough to want forever, before I proved I didn't deserve it. 14 days. 2 weeks since he walked out. Since I became another statistic about women who destroy good relationships for nothing, who trade real love for the temporary high of feeling wanted by someone new. My therapist says I have an attachment disorder, fear of intimacy disguised as need for attention. She's probably right, but knowing why I destroyed my life doesn't change the fact that it's destroyed, doesn't bring Gus back from Memphis, doesn't undo that night at the bar when I chose to be exactly who Kevin said I was. You can learn from this, my therapist insists. Grow from it. Become someone who deserves the kind of love you threw away. Maybe. But Gus won't be there to see it. He's already becoming someone else's future while I'm stuck in the past, in this apartment full of ghosts, in a city that knows my shame. I pour another glass of wine. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? The ring catches the light, throwing tiny rainbows on the wall. Promise and possibility refracted into nothing. My phone buzzes. For a wild moment, I think it might be Gus. But it's just Jade, asking if I want to go out tonight. There's a new bar in Argenta Cute bartenders. First round's on her. I can't, I text back. Not tonight. Come on, you need to get back out there. Gus has moved on, you should too. Moved on. Like 4 years is something you just get over in 2 weeks. Like I should already be healed and ready to flirt with more bartenders I'll never see again. Maybe next time, I lie. There won't be a next time. Not for a while. Maybe not ever. Because the truth is, I don't trust myself. Don't trust that I won't do it again. Trade something real for something meaningless. Hurt someone good for a moment of feeling special. Gus knew that before I did. Saw through my apologies to the ugly truth underneath. That I was sorry I got caught, not sorry I did it. That given the chance, I'd probably do it again. That some people are built for lasting love, others are built to burn it down. I know which one I am now. The woman at the bar with her dress pulled down, trading her future for free drinks and a stranger's attention. The cautionary tale. The one who had everything and chose nothing. Gus is in Memphis now, building his new life one day at a time. And I'm here in Little Rock, in our old apartment, surrounded by the wreckage of what we were supposed to be. 2 weeks since I lost him. A lifetime to go.